A whole lot is happening in faraway United States as they move closer to the big moment to elect the 45th United States president. And they have two big political parties there, the Democratic and the Republican parties. And we are closing in on this with the people, telling you how these votes will affect loads and loads of Africans, more so Nigerians, and what we can learn from the democracy. And there's also the issue of politics and social media and how these have been helping candidates. And if we look at what we've been looking at all through the day, technology has been one of the disruptive feature in politics, as in every other sphere of human life. For one thing, it provides us with insight into the thinking of the world's politicians in a way that was never before seen. And these are some of the things you got to see. For instance, you look at the Twitter followers of President Obama, which has hit 78 million and counting. Donald Trump, just 12.5 million. And you just can't believe this. Hillary Clinton coming behind Trump with just 9.8 million followers. Will that see an increase after the election, or you just can bet on that one? But again, we were trying to look at that clearance from the FBI and how this might have affected the voting which will take place tomorrow.
No, the first thing we must note is that when it came up about 3 weeks ago, Donald Trump jumped to the high heavens in excitement and hysteria.
But he has every reason to be excited about it.
But the truth is that now he knows that a whole lot is changing, because of course it narrowed the polling results, and we saw him catching up with Hillary in most of the polls. About 14 overall polls that had Hillary leading, he narrowed down the gaps. But what is important here is that whether he tries, whatever he's doing, I'm going to sound very prophetic here. Number one,
even you.
Number one, 45. You're going to have a 45th American president. 5 is the number of grace. 4 is the number of the universe. And I think that the time has come, and Zeitgeist is the name. You know, Zeitgeist is the spirit of the time. The world is going to have 3 strong female leaders. So I know that Hillary Clinton is definitely going to win for 3 strong reasons. First, the strongest economy in Europe is presently under a female leader. And then the oldest, if you like, democracy in the world, as you have it today, is under the leadership of a female prime minister. And the strongest power in the world is going to come under the leadership of a woman, and that's Hillary Clinton, obviously. And I'm saying that passionately, not because I'm black, not because I espouse a whole lot of views that center on feminism, that the fact that I believe that all men were created equal. It is the fact that our world must live in peace. We must have a peaceful universe.
You don't think that clearance from the FBI would have helped some undecided voters to say, hey, wait a minute, I think I should go.
Finally, I should go with Clinton.
I should go with the Republican. I should go with Trump.
No, I think that the clearance is actually saying, oh, if you were undecided, now you know that there is no criminal tendencies or proclivities attached to that email.
But some are already saying it as a cover-up. That's what for Clinton.
No, if he, until 2 days ago, stood up and said, I will keep investigating the FBI, and then came out to say, we have finally found out that there's nothing criminal about it. I think that he's come out true to Americans. And I do sincerely believe that the world does not need another Mussolini. We do not need a Leopold Senghor. We do not need another Hitler. We do not need despots, and we do not need those who throw words of hate and nullification across the world. We need a universe that is preponderantly peaceful, a universe where we understand the fact that whether you're black or white, it should not matter. What should matter is the content of our character, like the preacher from Atlanta, Martin Luther King Jr. did say. You know, I do sincerely believe that this election goes to the root of the liberty that Americans pride about.
But it looks like one of the most dirtiest elections in living history for the American people, with lots and lots of, bickering and fighting and dirty talking during the campaigns.
No, but I think that that's because we know exactly what is happening so very much because of the social media today. We saw quite a whole lot of darts thrown by Mitt Romney at Obama. You remember the better issues. It was even from Trump. They said Obama wasn't born in America. They said all sorts about him, and it was dirty. But today we know so much because the social media is everywhere and the details are before all of us. But I think that what is important and what we must take away from the politics of the United States of America is the fact that whether you have tendencies or biases for color or race, whether you have tendencies or biases for religion, the truth is that America, the country, comes first. And that's exactly what the masses of our people and indeed our politicians must learn. At all times, it shouldn't be about partisanship. It shouldn't be about ethnicity. It shouldn't be about religion. It should preponderantly center on the love for country. And that's exactly why, whether it is the Republican that takes it, God forbid, and if it is the Democrats that take it, God willing, interestingly, we'll have a better world.
I've had a guest who's so I don't know, you're just one-sided on this one. But anyway, one word before you leave. Do you think if Trump decides to challenge this, what would this mean in the history of American elections?
Interestingly,
because he's already said
he will challenge it. That's if he loses. But you know what happens with America? Like I said, country first. You know, when it happened between Al Gore and George W. Bush, the world thought they were going to end up in major legal battles about the presidential outcome. But eventually, the country prevailed on Al Gore. It's country first. And I do sincerely believe that whatever happens, whoever wins, the loser will admit defeat and congratulate the other person, because what counts and matters to the American people is the greatness of America. And that's exactly why I would say this, that whatever happened in 2015 in the Nigerian electoral process, we must understand that whether you wield the broom or the umbrella, Nigeria must come first, and we must love our country and rise beyond the confines and the contours of partisanship.
Chris Nwankwo, good to have you join us on Politics Today. We see how it unfolds. Don't forget we have our correspondents all over in some major cities in the United States. Sean Kimbalo, you had him in Wisconsin, and of course we have two of them in D.C., Maria Baird and Sean, I beg your pardon, Ayatunde Balogun, who's been there far before this day, and of course Adeshawa Josh. And those who will be here in Lagos, don't forget Sunrise Daily tomorrow. We'll be looking at another special on the elections, and I will have another midnight session with you as the elections proceed in the United States. The other side of the U.S. election, this one may give sleepless nights to Hillary Clinton and her supporters. Just a few days before the U.S. presidential polls, a prediction that comes from China tells that Donald Trump will be the next U.S. president, and this comes from a monkey. Geta the Monkey King is a resident of the Xi'anhu Ecological Tourism Park in China, and is so named because his predictions gives his audiences Geta, or goosebumps. He had correctly predicted the winner of this year's European Championship final. My take, since he's never made any predictions on any elections, it just might be another monkey talk, monkey kissing Trump, and nothing more. We'll see you tomorrow.